We're talking skills, comedy, theater, they bring it all.
Another disturbing crime is under investigation, this time in West Alabama.
Deputies say when the victim woke up, she found 3 men taking off her clothes. Medical professionals have been busy answering calls as panic is spreading faster than this infection. Without the proper training, experts explain that gun carriers are putting themselves and others at risk and becoming a target to a careless mistake. I age fast, you know. I think you guys are stressing me out.
Let's check back in now live with Wake Up's Rick Jackson. And Rick, I'm sure you are in pure paradise out there.
I mean, wouldn't you be? Look at all this great barbecue, man. Mr. Obama walked out of the Mayflower Hotel right here, hopped in his limousine, and took off. This disease is killing so many Americans annually. So important. We've been pushing this all week long, as you mentioned. I mean, they rock it. I can whip my hair back and forth. I can do it all. I mean, this is Rick Jackson look. If you want to come out here and get the Rick Jackson joint, it's called the Rick Jackson joint. Come out here to Excel Academy today. Give a donation and give to this cause. I'm a man who can fix things. Alexa Steven, you know.
Wow.
Chandler, you got a few screws loose up there. The list goes on. And of course, Rick Jackson is gonna rain some Rick. Hallelujah.
She comes over to his house and he realizes that she's a little bit older than her profile suggested.
Yeah, he opened the door, he was like, whoa! Whoa, I better get off this grill before we have some grilled Rick butt instead of the Boston.
Are you okay, Rick?
It is.
You need some cold water?
I like Boston butt. I don't want Rick butt for breakfast this morning. I'm sure you guys don't either.
Rick, it's like baby galore.
Yes, it is, Stephen. It's all about the babies for you new moms, you hopeful parents, you grandparents. This event is just for you. Baby Palooza is on the way. It's happening this weekend. Joining me is Cecilia Pearson. Cecilia, I'm not going to even attempt to try to pacify you this morning. Tell us all about Baby Palooza.
Baby Palooza is a free event. We created it so that people, especially when they have the first baby, can really get connected to the community.
Baby Palooza is happening. As we mentioned earlier, a lot of vendors, including Storkland Furniture here, is going to be there, but also some fun activities for the moms to be and the new moms, some inspiring moms. Joining me with Hoop for Fitness is Ann and Robbie. Robbie, tell me what you guys are going to be doing out there this weekend.
We are going to be entertaining everyone with our hula hoops.
Because Ann is just boogieing down with the hula hoop over there. Are you going to be able to teach us how to move our hips like that?
Actually, at 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh, so let's try again. What was the trick you told me before? Push my, was it the stomach?
When it's on your stomach.
Okay, on the stomach, okay.
You're going to be pushing with your stomach. There you go.
Yeah, go. Rick Jackson moving his hips. Whoa. That's happening with Hoop for Fitness people at Baby Palooza this weekend. This Saturday is going to go on from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. We're going to move our hips with the Hoop for Fitness out here. You didn't think I had it in me. I'm going to tell you, I don't have very many success stories. And,
True.
I'm very proud of this one.
Are you ready to trick or treat?
Oh, Stephen, I think I've had a little too many treats in my time. My bad habits and caught up with me. We're right here in Party City, everyone. I age fast, you know. I think you guys are stressing me out. Look how fast I've aged. I'm Uncle Bert, everyone, and here's Aunt Gertie. We're at Party City. We're getting you ready for Halloween. So let's talk about parties. I know that you have a lot of props here. Let's check out this guy right here.
This is Jason. He is probably the most popular prop that we have.
Things are flying off the shelf. Don't wait till your life pass you by. You see what happens.
Rick, I don't know what's scarier, you with a blonde wig on or just your future of being really old looking like that.
Well, the funny thing is, that's actually Rick's outfit.
I'm a hot Uncle Bert. I know. I did pull this from the closet. I'm a hot old guy. This is what you have to look forward to. My future wife, take a look, front and back. This is what you have to look forward to. It seems that time and time again in our area that we see elected officials tampering with the public's trust, and here we are yet again with another chapter of corruption coming to a conclusion with William Blunt and Al Lapierre. Well, it's everything from bad bond swaps to unpaid federal taxes to bribery that brought us to the conviction of these two men and the very corruption revelation of former Birmingham Mayor Larry Langford.
Rick, it's still a very heartbreaking story.
Yes, it sure is, Stephen. You know, these 4 young girls woke up on this Sunday morning just as many people did, preparing for church. Little did they know that they wouldn't see their mothers, their fathers, their friends, and siblings' faces ever again. On this very day in 1963, a racially motivated terrorist attack conducted by members of the Ku Klux Klan took place at this church, bombing it and stripping the lives of those 4 young girls.
When it comes to unemployment in Alabama, there's one hurtful situation after another.
My son's trying to find a job, and it's hard for him to find a job, you know. We really need to get the economy up.
Wesley Brown has been out of work for months. He says that with each day, he becomes more uncertain of ever having a stable financial future.
It's hard. The economy is just real tough right now.
The state's jobless rate has climbed to an alarming 11%, a statistic that's been rising steadily for well over a year. The unemployment rate for the Birmingham metro area was 9.8% in December. It was 5.7% just 1 year prior to that. Compared to other states like Nebraska and Minnesota, Alabama's jobless rate is significantly higher, making it one of the largest increases over a year's time in the nation. But why? That's a question career service representatives say they just can't put a finger on. However, those struggling to feed their families say it all comes down to one thing.
It's not enough money, not enough things generate in the state of Alabama. Everything that's coming to or trying to come to Alabama is being sent to other states.
In Birmingham, Rick Jackson, CBS 42 News. Some say they travel at the speed of lightning. That analogy may be a little over the top, but that's exactly how fast a life can be stripped away from careless bypassers at railroad tracks.
Flashing lights require you to stop. When the gate is down, that means the road is closed.
Tim Wagnon is an engineer with Norfolk Southern Corporation. The rail company, along with Alabama Operation Lifesaver, took a number of city officials, dignitaries, and first responders on a train ride from Irondale to Attala, allowing them to witness firsthand how motorists play railroad roulette.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rick Jackson. Kaylee will take a look at your forecast in just a moment. But first, in the news, a man just convicted of brutally murdering 4 people in March of 2009 is now accused of attacking a deputy inside of the Jefferson County Jail. A Jefferson County spokesman tells us Scott Abbott attacked a deputy Saturday night. The injured deputy had to have staples in his head. He is expected to recover. UAB clinical psychologist Josh Claypool says due to Abbott's extensive mental history, it's almost impossible to tell what caused him to snap.
We do know an impulse control problem.
Abbott is expected to face charges in this latest assault after he is sentenced in last year's quadruple murder case. Today, the jury begins hearing that phase of the trial. Defense attorneys had argued that Abbott was mentally ill when he stabbed the 4 victims to death in Hueytown. The search for anyone who may have witnessed a 6-year-old murder is still on. Investigators say Reverend Hugh Harris and Adam Harvey were gunned down in southwest Birmingham in February of 2004. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 254-7777 or the Birmingham Police at 254-1764. Police are still investigating an attack on a Fairfield school bus. Shots were fired at the busload of football players and coaches after a game on Friday night. Both Hueytown and Fairfield police responded to the call. They tell us the suspects are a group of minors who were gathered near an intersection on the Lloyd Nolan Parkway. Fortunately, no one was injured. And the Magic City is taking a stand against violence. The initiative, 100 Days of No Violence, will span over the course of the next 3 months. City officials hope it will help curb the recent threat of violence in the city. And this weekend was the first for the initiative, and no murders have been reported. Here's Kaylee with a look at your forecast. Good morning, Kaylee.
Good morning, Rick.
The battle over electronic bingo is getting even more complicated. Right now, charities hoping to develop a new casino in Macon County are suing Victory Land owner Milton McGregor. County Sheriff David Warren is also named in the suit. Anti-gambling task force commander John Tyson wanted to intervene in that lawsuit, but a federal judge turned down his request. If Tyson's request had been granted, he would have gained access to sealed records in the litigation. U.S. District Judge Keith Watkins says the lawsuit in question does not involve the legality of electronic bingo. Meanwhile, the 11 people indicted in the vote-buying investigation are due in court this Friday. They're accused of swapping millions of dollars for votes in favor of gambling legislation. But a former Alabama governor warns we could see even more arrests. John Patterson says he believes federal agents are after more, including the people who bankrolled electronic bingo casinos in Alabama. Life without parole, that's the jury's recommendation for a man convicted of stabbing 4 people to death. Prosecutors say Scott Abbott attacked the victims in a home in Hueytown after his girlfriend broke up with him more than a year ago. Jerry Lynn Cole was among the victims. The defense argued Abbott was mentally ill at the time, something prosecutors say may have had an effect on the jury's decision.
Life without parole for someone.
While it was the jury who recommended the life without parole sentence, it will be up to the judge to make a final decision in December. Meanwhile, Abbott faces a new attempted murder charge. He's accused of attacking a deputy inside of the county jail over the weekend. Sheriff deputies are working to solve a pair of disturbing crimes in Tuscaloosa, 2 separate rape cases. Police tell CBS 42 one woman was abducted from her boyfriend's home at gunpoint, driven to another location, and raped. Detectives are also looking into another sex crime that happened over the weekend. A 21-year-old woman told deputies she got sick at a party and fell asleep. Deputies say when the victim woke up, she found 3 men taking off her clothes. As of now, no arrest in either case. An Alabama high school football coach is officially indicted on sex charges. Dwight Bowling is charged with funneling, sexual battery, child exploitation, and bribery of a witness. He's accused of bringing a minor across state lines from Mississippi to Alabama for sexual acts. Bowling is currently on administrative leave from his job as head football coach for Sillerton High School. He has already pled not guilty. Trial is set for next month in Mississippi.
New York.
Well, at least he won't complain about her spending money on pedicures.
I know, right? Ugh.
5:57 and coming up on this Christmas Eve morning. This Merry Christmas, everyone.
The Citizens Police Academy is not a training class, and participants will not be considered reserve officers. However, folks do get an inside look with the police department that most will never see or experience. After the break, Kaylee will have your forecast. We'll be right back. Well, Kaylee, you did say it was 120 degrees out here, right? Or is it just me? Am I tripping? Is it just not this hot out here? I can lose my tie. Well,
Rick Jackson.
just get out here and you can feel the heat this weekend at the UAB and Troy game. Now, this exhibition basketball team has been known to bring it all to the court. We're talking skills, comedy, theater. They bring it all. They were based in Chicago back in the 1920s. They've been entertaining audiences for over 84 years now. 84 years. Wow, a long time to be doing this. They eventually moved to Harlem, New York, of course, where they were known as the center of African-American culture at that time. They've been through so many periods of times, traveling all across the globe. And come next week, they will be here in Birmingham. So coming up a little later in the show, we'll talk about this major contribution they're giving to military personnel, and I have a little surprise for you.
Look at this.
Do you see this right now?
Yeah.
This is my game face. This is my game face right now. And you drink milk. I drink milk too. You see, as you can see with the cuts right here.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something.
Like a childhood scar.
No. That's the cuts from most of all the milk I drink. So this is just a little bit what you can expect from the Universal Circus. These big ears are big. I finally found someone with bigger ears than mine. I do like food, but this time the food is a little bit live. Here's my friend Snappy.
Come on, help your auntie little.
We're an endangered species with a 10-foot wingspan.
Oh,
you jump down here.
Should I be afraid?
Listen to what we say.
Don't stop till you get enough. Ow!
My goodness. Wow.
We weren't ready for that, Rick.
We weren't, but what's going on here? We got a, interesting.
Oh, what's that?
Steven, you can't do it any better than that.
Really?
Make sure you get out here. It's going to be a great time. Me and my homeboy here are going to get some biker babes in the meantime. We'll see you Friday. Let's go.